welcome back to my channel. My name is Layca, where we talk about all sorts of different things on my corner of the internet. Today, we're gonna get straight into the video, which is not separating yourself from love. And I know people in this world, we're very excited to be in love and fall in love. There's a lot of narratives and all. We don't know which one is right, we don't know which one is wrong, but the blind is leading the blind. But this video is not about in loving someone else. It's more so the love rooted in yourself in a way. And it's inspired by one of my favorite, well, it's not inspired, but one of my favorite lines from an anime, which is Full Metal Alchemist. If you don't watch anime, sorry, I'm getting too excited. But in the show, in the anime, it has this one line where it says, sacrifices are to be made in life. I'm not going to say it word for word, bar for bar, because I don't know it bar for bar, but sacrifices is to be made in life. You cannot gain anything without losing something first. But if you can endure that pain and walk away from it, you'll soon realize you have a heart strong enough to overcome anything, a heart made of full metal. And I find that line so inspiring. Like, I think about that line daily, because if you can overcome that pain, overcome all that pain or that hurt and walk away from it, you'll realize you have a heart made of full metal, because life is going to hit and punch you, and you will have to make sacrifices, you will have to make decisions, and you will have to be able to walk away from that pain, overcome that pain, and then you sooner realize you now have a heart strong enough to overcome that type of level of pain. You would now have a heart strong enough to overcome that level and endure that sacrifice and that pain. And now you have a heart made of full metal. He cooked with that one. He cooked with that one. But this is kind of about heart posture. I wrote a couple of things down. And it's about not separating yourself from love, because often circumstances and certain sacrifices make us believe we're not worthy of love, or that we're not important. Like, you go through a breakup, what you think? You're unlovable. You go through certain things, you think, hey, I don't feel like as great about myself. And one of the songs that I really love is Know That You're Loved by Cleo Sol. That is one of my favorite songs. It's so calming. I love any Cleo Sol song because she's just so healing. She's just so loving, especially if you're going through like a period where you feel like, I'm down low, or you feel like you're going through a breakup. I would recommend playing Know You're Loved by Cleo Sol. She's gonna do it every time. She's gonna do it every single time. So we're gonna get into what I wrote down, but Know You're Loved by Cleo Sol. I love her music. I think about how temporary life is. It almost makes all the worries of life seem so small. I like the expression Know That You're Loved, because it reminds me, despite of life's challenges, as long as the sun shines and I draw breath in the morning, that I'm loved. That means soon as I wake up, regardless of anything, that was an expression of love. Simple things can be an expression of love without you knowing it. And I feel like simple is waking up and breathing, taking a breath, having full limbs to move and be able to wake up, fully awake, fully being able to do anything and take on the day. That is love. That is just a simple dose of love, that you exist and that you're here. It doesn't have to be something grand. And sometimes we feel like because that love isn't being translated back to us by another person or in human form, that we don't realize, and we go by thinking, hey, I'm unlovable. But I'm going to go ahead and continue and not run my mouth too much today. Our heart is the first organ shaped in our body, and the will of the heart is much stronger than anything else. It opens up ease, it compels us towards people, interest, our expression, our love for things that we enjoy. Our expression of love is in everything around us. Even when we deny it or shut ourselves off from it, we're loved. That's why we always, I'm trying to make sure I'm looking in the camera. That's why we always come back to it. Think of the biggest source of love ever, God. Stay with me. That's why it said that God is close to the brokenhearted, because that's when you're seeking love the most, because you have forgotten the very thing you embody, the very essence of your soul. And to elaborate on that is just, you didn't need permission to exist, which means you don't need permission to be loved as well. And a lot of circumstances, whether how it looks from the outside looking in, you don't need much to prove that you are worthy of love. Traumatic experiences and breakups and all those can make you easily forget who you are and where you're sourced from. You literally exist, and that is the blueprint of love. And as long as you exist and you know that you're a loving person, you're always able to come back to love because it will never leave you. And I think that's very important to know, that love can never ever leave you. You will always be loved, and you will always find ways to express love, whether it be through the things that you are interested in, whether it be the people you be around, or in the hobbies or the things that you do. But in some way, shape, or form, there's an expression of love being expressed. Whether it be to a minimal amount or to a large amount, you are loved and you express love in a multitude of ways. And once we remember that and we really understand that, I feel like it changes the way you move around and not be so desperate in situations, partnerships, or things that no longer serve you, because you know I am loved and I'm able to move from love. And I rather move from love than move from fear and desperation about certain things, because honestly, it's not that deep. Because regardless, I know I'm going to be loved. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. It makes your problems feel like they're so small. It makes things and issues feel like they're so small. I'd rather leave this earth knowing I'm loved and leaving with love than knowing I was fearful and just fearful and not happy with the way I lived my life. And I would like to leave with love. I will lead with love in my life, and I would like to leave and decease with love. You feel me? I used to say a lot, I didn't ask to be here. You know, the standard complaining and ungrateful attitude. And granted, it's true that I didn't. But I was here anyways. Not in a depressing way, but I existed way before I needed permission to. So why not treasure that? Because I was already whole. I was already loved. No matter the circumstance, and even at my nothing, I was loved. Think about it. When you're at your nothing, brokenhearted, that's why they say God is closest to the brokenhearted. But really, when you're at your nothing, you're still supported and loved by God. You're still supported and loved by something, whatever you believe in. I'm not a judgmental person. You know, you're still loved by a source of love. And I don't want to be like, come off too strong or negate anyone else's beliefs, but that's what I truly believe in. That's what I know. I'm just saying what I believe in and what I know. But knowing that I didn't need permission to exist, I'm treasuring the fact that I'm here. I'm treasuring the fact, or every moment that I exist, because I didn't need permission to be loved. I didn't need permission to exist, yet I still existed anyways. So let me go ahead and continue. I was already loved no matter what. No matter the circumstances, even at my nothing, I was loved. I find gratitude in that. I didn't need to find a reason. I just know that I am. I just know that I'm loved. I tried to find it in my experience. I tried to understand my own heart posture. Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Is it rooted in love? If not, then why am I even doing it? This isn't about romantic love. Let me specify. This isn't about romantic love. This is about my own heart posture. Am I doing things from love? Which means, do I love doing this? Am I bringing more love and compassion into my experience? And am I being compassionate to myself? Because I would want to live a life where I'm not caring about what people are thinking about me. I don't want to think about, oh, is this going to make someone else happy in the long run? No, am I doing this because I love it and I'm finding joy and happiness to it? Because those are the things that are the fruits of the spirit. Those are the things that make my experience on this earth and on this life more treasurable, even though me even being here is a treasure. So I need to find for me, I want to find more gratitude in that. I want to find more joy overall, like having some type of gratitude and gratefulness that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still kicking it. No matter the circumstances, no matter what happened, I want to know, is my heart posture still moving out of love, or have I filled my experience with so much fear? Have I filled my experience with so much doubt that I'm not even moving with love, but I'm moving with fear, I'm moving with desperation, I'm moving with scarcity? And that's not what I want to do, because love is abundant. It only flows, and flows. And we all know energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So I rather amplify the love and compassion from my own experience and what I'm bringing forth to the world, because my experience is temporary. Let me continue. Is the things that I'm doing rooted in love? And if not, why am I doing it? This isn't about romantic love. It's about what I want aligned with my heart. Moving forward, I was loved before I even have a name. In a system built to prove, I already won. Sometimes we forget that, but you know you are loved and you need to move with that. Love that amplifies you and makes you feel more whole. And that is basically what I wrote down to sum up what I wrote down. And I just want to feel more whole in my experience because love is what makes us whole. And how am I bringing that into my experience? How am I relating to that? How am I amplifying that? And what is the will of my heart? And is it aligned with what I truly want? And am I moving with that? Because honestly, the heart and mind don't get along. Your mind wants one thing, your heart wants another, and sometimes those clash. And understanding where I'm coming from while also being logical, while also trying to bring compassion for what I have going on in the chaos and in the midst of the storm, chaos, or whatever is going on, knowing that you're loved and not separating yourself from it. Because when you separate yourself from love, it feels like hell. It feels like misery because you feel lonely, you feel even more isolated, and you feel like you can't, it's hopeless, it's worthless. And I never want to get to a point where I give up on myself, because that's when I probably ran out of the love, or not even ran out of the love, but I'm to a point where my love for my experience and my life is at an all-time low and I'm depleted. So knowing that I'm loved gives me a sense of gratitude and a sense of purpose to keep going and moving forward, no matter the circumstances, no matter what, because I was loved before I even had a name. I was loved before I even had anything to prove, but I came into the world feeling like I had so much to prove, feeling like, oh, I'm aware about how I'm being perceived, feeling like I have to do so much, and it feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders. The problem seems smaller when you start to think, I'm loved. Everything is going to be okay. It's going to pan out how it's supposed to, and it's going to work out in your favor how it's supposed to. Seeing rejection as redirection, seeing loss as I really loved and appreciated something, and now I have to move on and endure that pain and come out with a heart made of full metal. Like, I don't know. It just makes me, I rather think like that than think pessimistically. And I find that perspective of knowing that I'm loved so much more freeing, and it brings so much more ease into my life, and I would want that for other people. But then again, this is just my perspective, and that's today's video diary, guys. I just wanted to put that out there. I know this is a short cute video. I hope you guys enjoyed, but know you are loved no matter the circumstances or what you're going through right now. And I know things seem really hard and you don't know what's on the other side of uncertainty, but you know what's going on today. And you woke up today, you opened your eyes, and you took breath. You drew breath today. So know that you're loved in that breath, and in that moment where you move your body, and in that moment where you stretch, and in that moment where you eat some food. You are loved. So remember that. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you. See you soon. The video's supposed to be over. Yes, but here's my final thoughts for this video. But I just want to say, if I lack love, then I have nothing at all. Quoting Lauryn Hill, because she ate with the line. But seriously, though, if I lack love, I genuinely have nothing at all, because I really do this for me. I do a lot for me, and I would like to give myself grace. I give myself a lot of grace in this life, because you do it for you. If you're living your life, everything you do should be coming from that. Not everything, but that should be the main source or main point, that I'm doing this for me, out of the love I have for myself, out of the grace I have for myself, for better, for more, just, you know. But it's a temporary experience, and the sad thing about it is people receive the most love and appreciation on their last day, on their final day. That's when they get all the gratitude and appreciation for the life that they lived. And that's so sad, but it's kind of true. That's where all the appreciation and all the love. And I feel like people don't think about how temporary it is, because it is temporary. And I say that a lot, but that's because it is. And I don't want to spend my life making an enemy of myself. So I'd rather give myself grace and love for me, because that's who I do it for. And like I said, if I lack love, then I literally am nothing at all. Because what am I doing it for if not that? If not the love I have for other people and myself? If not for the love that I have for my experience in the world? Well, not too much on the world. I don't like people that much, but literally. So those are my final. Sorry for the smacking. I hope that didn't annoy. You know what? What am I saying sorry for? But those are my final thoughts for this video. My nose piercing, for some reason, defies gravity because it's always up. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video.
Things that we know, the things that we see, the things that we've done over and over and over again.